Today is August 10th, Thursday, August 10th. Today is Thursday, August 10th. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Though, technically, I'm recording this a couple days before you see it. So, just think back. Focus. Close your eyes. Imagine it's a few days ago. All the negativity, all those things that destroyed you in those last couple days, they're gone. You're free. Anyway, where was I? Yes. So my wife is gone. She's gone to her appointments. Her appointment today. Which means I can use the couch. Ooh. I could also say anything I want, and she's not within earshot of it. So if I want to say something like I can say it as much as I want. Man, I'm lonely. Today, apparently later, my brother's live streaming again. Pretty excited. We're going to talk afterwards. The plan is that at some point next month, I'm going to go down and see my brother. With my wife, of course. We're going to do some games and stuff. I'm so excited. I always love spending time with my brother. He's been there since I was a baby. I'm older than him, so I guess technically I was there since he was a baby. I remember when we were little, I would crawl into his crib so I could play with him. I immediately was like, this is my best friend. And so I was always playing with my little brother. In fact, some ways, I think I spoiled him wrong. We were always together growing up, and when times got tough, I was usually there for him. Except when he was probably in the toughest part of his entire life. Then I was in the military. I couldn't help him when I was there. No, it's nobody's fault or anything like that. I mean, I had no idea the situation he was in. I had no idea what was going on. I only learned about it much later. And as a Christian, I believe there's some semblance of fate or purpose to things. And the idea that God didn't want me there when it happened. In my mind, I say to myself, would I have helped my brother? To tell the truth, I never really thought of it as perspective of, would that situation have helped me? Was it for my benefit or his that I wasn't there? I mean, these videos are a good example. I'm doing this mostly for my own benefit. I'm a selfish man. Selfish. Self-centered. Egotistic. Low self-esteem. Anyway, but is it going to help somebody else? I like to think so. Life gets tough. And we could have somebody a million times say over and over and over to us, congratulations, you did a good job, you did well. And it still doesn't reach into our souls. We are our greatest critics. I think I said that yesterday. Negativity. I've heard somewhere between 5 and 10 times as powerful as positivity when you talk about things. So every single time you say something negative, you have to say 5 to 10 positive things to make that up. And in this circumstances, or any circumstance, it's important to say, the positives. Say thank you. Say you did a good job. And it's so obvious, like, so many times we glance over saying good job because we just assume that's the normal. It's like reviews for things, right? And let's say 5-star. It's a 5-star rating. We normally see 1 star is horrible, 2 stars pretty bad, 3-star is It isn't until we get to 4-star and 5-star that we see them as positive. But when you really think about it, that's not an accurate representation of the spectrum of good and bad. To tell you the truth, a 2-star movie should be good. It might not be the greatest thing ever thing, but why are we in a situation where we say 50% is bad? Why do we say that? Like, it's beyond the situation of, is the glass half full and half empty? We simply believe that until you get up to like 70% or even higher, something isn't good until then. So we have all this space of negativity before we get any positivity. It's kind of like, if you're not in first place, you're in last place. That's not true. You must never let people put you down about your values, about who you are and what you've accomplished, especially because there is value even in failure, and there is value even in what the little we can do. We don't have to be drawing Picasso or some other famous painting. I don't even know why Picasso is the one that I always bring up. We don't have to be a world-renowned, famous artist to have value in our drawings. We don't even need to be good at drawing by any standards. The fact that we're putting in effort and working on it is in fact valuable. And in fact, when we do that, we compare each other. We get the 0-100 effect, right? Where person A is a 0 and person B is 100. And what that ends up doing is, first of all, it makes the person that got 0 seem like they are valueless. No matter how much they did, it counts to 0, nothing. They have no value, even though that is not true. And it also does the exact opposite to the person who worked hard and got the 100, right? They worked their patootie off or whatever. They've worked so hard. There's so much value about how much they have done. And you have stripped that away, said, oh, they did great. And you have downplayed their achievements. Life is not a max-min. It's not, there's no maximum level to the scale. And there isn't a minimum. And to tell the truth, judging people based on that is never a good thing. Statistics are very fascinating because statistics work in very large groups. Very, very large group of people, statistics are very good. But when it comes to either smaller groups of people, or when it comes to very specifics, that's when you run into issues. Because even if 90% of the populations agree on the specific thing, that doesn't mean they got there the same way. It doesn't mean their reasoning is the same. How many of those people walked this path, or they didn't think about the answer, or they thought this was the most popular answer, or did they do it because they used to be part of the 10% or were they always part of this 90? Is it a situation where they've never thought of another possibility? Anyway, statistics are weird. Anyway, have a nice day. And